Hello YouTube, welcome back over to GamingHouse, and this is more Dying Light walkthrough. I think like part, what is it, 6? I don't know, the thing faded out on me. Here, I think it's 6. We're going with 6. So anyway, finally done being Rise's lapdog, etc. All that's done with. So now, as you can see right here, we're going to go through a large amount of side quests. Now I put this side quest on, but I end up not getting to it. And primarily this episode's helping out the fishing village quest lines, since I ended up going over there anyway. As always, you gotta hit that zombie. Can't just have him stand on rooftops, it's dangerous. Had a grappling hook mishap back there. I know it's a little belated. This is actually me like saying it, mentioning it very late, but you know. But you gotta watch out with that grappling hook sometimes. Sometimes it'll fuck up. Drag you underneath things. Not go where you want it. Sometimes you won't grab the ledge. Them volatiles. Always wondering about where I don't want them. So we get here, and at the fishing village you're going to have some requests on the board. It's mostly going to be gathering crap. Go over here, got another one to go talk to.
What's the matter?
That brute Harun threw my sister Ida out of the village.
She's a widow with 2 children, Yasmina and Jamil. They snuck under the fence to go after their mother. Yasmina came back yesterday, but Ida and Jamil are still out there.
Please, can you find my sister and nephew and bring them back?
I'll do what I can. Where's the girl?
In my house. She's hiding from Harun. She thinks he'll throw her out too.
Maybe I'll talk to Harun.
Alright, so that's done. Check this door. Of course, it's locked. Pick that, check in here. Of course, as it turns out, no one's gonna be in here.
He's not here.
Oh. Well, you'd better go find him.
And after that, they're gonna give you a bunch of people to talk to try and figure out where on earth this guy is pretty much at. But he's right here, he's underneath the bridge. And this is about when daybreak happens. So I can't end up doing the mission that I assigned right there, the infamy bridge. So that's for another time. Here he is. Here's Harun.
Harun?
Talk to him to progress it.
I'm busy. Why'd you force that woman to leave the village?
You mean Ida? She's infected. All infected gotta go outside.
That Gersel's rule?
Some people don't want to make the tough calls around here. Well, I did. If Ida didn't want to get thrown out, she shouldn't have let herself get bit. Tough luck. Bad break.
What about her kids?
What about them? There's no Antizin around here. I was doing them a favor so they wouldn't have to watch us hacking up their mum when she turns into a fucking monster.
I'm starting not to like you.
So Harun here is
Hey,
choosing to be kind of the
you seem like a
necessary
good guy.
evil of the group.
Have a nice day, okay? Now go.
And then, you know, he tells you to go fuck yourself, and personally, I couldn't stand for that.
My conscience is clean. I did the right.
You're lucky I can't kill you, Harun. I would have. Right there, dead.
Go babble with the old ladies.
I don't notice it now. As you can see, there's another little dot in the village. That's, you also gotta go talk to them to progress that story, not storyline, side quest there. But luckily I remember and eventually come back to it. And instead, since I clearly forgot, I was distracted by the exclamation points over in the next village over, so that's where I'm heading now to go activate that. And along the way, right here, is a scripted airdrop. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before in a couple other videos, but I'm going to mention it again here. There's a few areas where, oh yeah, I did mention it one time. But this is an actual airdrop as opposed to the other one, which was just a chest. So once you grab that, that does not respawn, but it is free supplies. And since I went over here, I went ahead and highlighted the incense herbs for the next one.
I'm a journalist for International Affairs magazine.
Yeah, I've heard of you.
You have?
How the hell'd you get in here?
It wasn't so hard during the first few days of the quarantine. And when they put Suleiman in charge, it was pretty clear how things were going to go.
So you decided to stick around?
Actually, I've decided to leave. Though God knows how that's going to happen. I've been in some lockdown cities before, but there's usually someone you can bribe. Not here.
I can't get you out of Haran. I'm not sure anyone can.
No, of course. But I've been documenting this place, pretty much from day one. I've interviewed hundreds of, well, people who aren't people anymore. Suleiman has a lot to answer for. The world needs to know what's happened, and look, I'm kind of desperate here. I've lost my work, all of it. I was holed up at an internet cafe when a mob of infected landed on me. I got out without a bite, but I left my satchel at the cafe.
And everything's in the satchel?
Most of it. They chased me for a while, so I finally had to ditch my camera in a car. Look, I know it's a lot to ask.
Alright, even if I recovered them, you still don't have a way out of here.
Mister, if I can't get my work back, there's no reason for me to get out.
Well, that cafe's in a bad area. I'll think about it, but no promises, okay?
So that's Neil's Song and Dance, and a reference to Zombieland there, the movie, for his little quest. This, of course, is a two-parter. You're going to have to go look for his satchels, and you're going to go on the bridge in the back there, and you're going to go look for the black car. I'm doing the incense. The incense herbs are all located right around there. It's telling me to look for 6, but I could have swore this quest had you look for 12, so I'm not sure if I had any left over from, say, helping out another friend or so. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be looking for 12. If they lowered it to 6, that's nice, because this was rather a pain in the ass. No, it says a runner after me. Chop that fucker's head off. So I come over here to this first area right over here. And that's what lavender looks like. And usually there's a bunch of shrooms along the way trying to look for this stuff as well if you ever needed some. I try using my survivor sense, but as I mentioned in before this gameplay was after this was recorded, I found out, survivor sense doesn't highlight things as well. There's some there. Come up here, it's usually 1 or 2. There's also a chest. I don't remember if there's a zombie statue. There is something up here, I know that. So after you check out this area, usually you'll find about 3 to 4. Come over to the next area, which is over here. And there we got some more lavender, some more shrooms. Shrooms, shrooms, more shrooms. More lavender. And there's the last one. Now, because I wasn't sure, because I was contemplating this as I was actually playing it, whether or not there was any extra shrooms or whatnot, I decided to head over to the next few areas to check them out. Check around here, you'll find a couple more. Head over to this area right here, which you can make by a jump, as you can see there. It didn't look like I was going to make it. I thought I was going to break my legs. Checking around here, you'll find more all about this island. There's usually a guaranteed 1 or 2 right around this couch, and there is something on this couch. I believe that is a zombie statue that would be there. But that does it for your lavender finding. Next up, of course, you notice there's a few quests in that area. Decided to go with the gas mask man one first. And in that very same link is where we're going to find Dulce. Having some hops issues there. Decided to take on a goon. I don't know why I did. Probably to prove a point. Again, general strategy, just avoid getting hit. Do a little jump off and grab the ledge there to get to this guy. Yeah, I sat there and contemplated. I decided to buy the dark machete. Remember, I found one before. I decided to keep it because it looked cool. So now I actually have one that I could use. Again, just checking my mod pack, see my number and all that, how many I got.
Feel free to browse. I'm stocked up on the good stuff.
And that's what an actual dark machete actually looks like. So that was pretty cool. I haven't put any mods or anything on it yet because I wasn't sure if it was going to horribly mutate the look of it. I'm also scared for when it eventually breaks. Not breaks, but once it gets past, weapon gets past its first repair, that actually gets expended, then it actually gets like put together, like it starts to look more makeshift looking. So right here, gas mask man. It's another shutter one. Don't let that throw you.
Shakur didn't want visitors. Shakur shouldn't have sabotaged the fence at the fishing
And of
camp.
course, you know, it's never a good greeting unless it's at gunpoint.
That wasn't Shakur, that was Gas Mask Man.
You're gas mask man.
You're a gas mask man.
You're insane. Why would you think that?
Because you're wearing a gas mask?
But you're being tricked, my friend. This saboteur was an imposter who makes himself to look like me. So you will be angry at Shakur. but Shakur knows who did this. Shakur saw him without his mask.
So you're saying you saw someone disguised as you?
I watched him from behind the rocks. He did not see Shakur, but Shakur saw him.
Well then Shakur better tell me who it is.
No? My information is far too valuable. If you want to know what Shakur knows, then first you will do a thing for me. Then I will tell you.
We're not.
Or we could just, you know, let Shakur die.
Of course not.
That's an option.
Shakur tells you what to do, and you must obey. Now, obey Shakur.
And what exactly does Shakur want?
There's a lake nearby. My treasure bag fell out of the boat and was lost in the water. You must be like a fish and bring it back to me. Go! Be quick!
So, Shakur, being a bit of a dick, wants you to go ahead and go into the lake to go look for his fishing bag. Not his fishing bag, his bag. Not a fishing bag. You know, they gave you a pretty big search area at first. You can kind of narrow it down with your survivor vision and all that. Once you start getting closer to about, like, right here, right where that car is or so, start diving down. I get a little lost, because again, I was trying to rely on my survivor vision that does not highlight things for me anymore. It's right there. Now when you see that bar pop up when you're underneath water, that's how much time you got left to get up to the surface before you actually start to begin drowning. So never fret underwater until you start to see that pop up. So, you know, put a couple more notches in the dark machete there on the side. Now let's go ahead and give Shakur his bag back, so we can actually waste more of our time and tell us who the hell is the actual sabotage, or saboteur. There's the word I'm looking for.
First the bag. Then I tell you who is Shakur imposter.
Alright. Okay, Shakur, tell me what you saw.
First, the imposter sneaks out of the village. He's very quiet, like a master spy. Then he puts on a mask. Then he sneaks back to the gate. But now he is very noisy, so the guard would see him. Then he cuts the lock and runs away.
Did you recognize him?
He looked crazy to me. Nothing like Shakur.
But do you know who he was?
Of course. He's one of the fishermen, the one who's disguised as Shakur.
Alright, I'll check it out. By the way, Shakur, what was in the bag?
My air. My precious, clean air. Now I can breathe again.
After wasting my precious time to get his air filters, pretty much all that's left to do is to go back and talk to the guard. But, as I said before, there is a few quests still in the area. In particular, we're going to go ahead and go to the construction site. That is just across this lake. Inside, there's going to be several Rises guys, some of which are going to have weapons. So if you had that pistol that... Oh, excuse me there. The pistol that you found, that I pointed out, if you still have that, or that rifle from the one guy that tried to kill you, preferably the rifle, because all Rises men use rifles. And there it is, steal from a thief. That's the quest name. Now, I went around the lake for a reason, particularly because I don't think they'll pay attention to you. But there's this back entrance right here. If you don't have any other means, you could always go up on the highway and try to take it from the top. I take this back way, in particular because you can catch this guy off guard. If you have the breakneck skill, you can use that, take him out, or just quietly try to stab him to death with a sharp object. Then I'm super ninja still, and take this guy out. Fortunately, however, at this point in time, they kind of see the body. They're like, hey, that guy dead? Yeah, he did. Just go ahead, take these guys out however you like. I think it's about like 3 people or so have actual guns. The rest are all melee people. But they can take some shots. Yeah, they can take shots like champions. Now, I like to use guns in this area. Of course, fighting guns with guns is a lot safer in my opinion. But in general, also, any runners that spawn will get stuck outside the fence. Mostly. I believe one actually does get through. Now I sit here, I waste some time trying to look essentially for ammo for my rifle and all that. Yep, see, there's that one runner I told you about. Yeah, I can start searching some of these containers for things and such. That door back there is locked. The keys are right there. So if you don't want to feel like going through your lockpicks, go ahead and grab the keys. And then over here in this chest is what you're looking for. And it's dynamite. Now here, I think I do a couple loops. I kill some time because I'm essentially trying to look for the rest of these guys' weapons, but I couldn't find the other 2 rifles. But that'll do it for this part. As always, like, comment, subscribe. I finally started remembering adding the Twitter down below if you want to follow for more updates. And as always, you're welcome to come back over to GamingHouse for more gameplay and commentary.